AI Minecraft builds are horrible, so I'm gonna try and recreate them in Minecraft. I have 5 different AI Minecraft screenshots that I'm going to try to recreate as accurately as I possibly can in game. Each build will be more and more complicated as the video goes on, starting with a small shack and ending with a pretty big and detailed medieval styled house. So with the intro out of the way, let's get right into it with the first build. Alright, so let's get started on the first house. It's kind of this like simple, pretty small shack with like a hay roof on it. The blocks kind of look like oak. There's never like an exact equivalent for like AI wood. It just kind of makes it up. It's like a bit between like jungle and oak, I think, in my head here, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna start with like the actual house part, I think, first, because that kind of like tells me the scale. Probably something like that. The stairs are like slightly off-centered, so I think we'll put them there. All right, and this extends all the way there on the side. Pretty simple kind of first build. I want to start it again like with a simpler one, kind of like warm up. Again, the builds get more and more complicated as the video goes on. You know, all that. The bottom like wall looks white, and the top is like wood, I think. Then we got this hay roof. I think I might line it with stairs. I'm not exactly sure. Let's just get the shape in with stairs, and we'll see if I want to keep these or not. I'm not sure. What a beautiful roof. Would it look better without this wood, though? Possibly. I might be able to use, like these. Like, they might kind of help shape it a bit. Why not? We'll roll with it. We'll go for it. Oh, we're getting there. And then the top part looks like it's... I'm gonna go with spruce, I think. It's a darker wood. It's closer to this color than this color in the AI image, so I think I'll go with spruce here. It's definitely a build. There's windows here. Put a door here. Can't see it in the AI. I'm just gonna assume there's a door there. Let's do some like very light texturing here. Let's extra up here too. Why not? Even though most of this is covered, there's like a massive flower pot there. Why not? So trapdoors kind of fill the space up because it looks very empty. There's a lot of like reds, so we'll go with like roses, rosebush, that kind of thing. Or I guess red tulips. Bring back the rose mojang, please. It's like a real quick stone brick chimney here. Probably about there, I think. Goes slightly above the roof. Yeah, there's like something in the middle of it. We'll just put a single pot there. Maybe 2. Yeah, why not? I don't know. This house itself done. Let's get the stuff around it real quick. That should be pretty easy. The first house for today is dedicated to my patron Matthew. I really appreciate it. But with that, I believe that's the first house done here. Let's get a quick view with, you know, better FOV. Kind of match the screenshot. Turn some shaders on. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, 1 out of 5 done. Let's move on to the second house. All right, so get started on the second house here. It's kind of like not really a house, but I thought it was interesting enough to build. It's kind of like a greenhouse. So yeah, we'll get into it. It's kind of got this like middle beam. I'm going with spruce, obviously. Just kind of fits. Put it over here though. There's like a 4-block gap if I'm going based off the glass, and there's more of it. So something like that. Probably like this height. It's like a bit of a trim on the ground. Something like that. I don't really know, to be honest. Just kind of going with it. Yeah, something like that. And just the whole walls are just glass. I don't know. It's impossible to see how far this goes back. I'm just gonna assume like just some kind of normal distance. I don't know. Alright, it's kind of the frame of it done. The roof is kind of weird. Like the top is stairs, but then it turns into glass like halfway down. So I'm just gonna fill that in real quick. I have no idea if this is gonna even look good in Minecraft, honestly, but we'll see. Like, obviously, in the AI screenshots, diagonals and stuff, which you can't really do. So hopefully this looks good. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna fill this with glass panes. I don't really know. Okay, connected glass is kind of throwing for me here. I mean, that's more accurate, but for the sake of having glass, I think I'm just gonna keep it as glass. And how do I even do this? I guess that just kind of connects. Should be fine. All right, that's the front done. Not the most artistic sort of house here. I'm not gonna lie. Just all kind of glass, but that's fine, I guess. There seems to be some kind of like thing over here. So I'm gonna build like a little like offshoot, I guess. Yeah, basically this whole build is me just putting glass everywhere, which might not be the best content, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how boring this house was. But whatever, it's part of the content. It's not at all in the middle, is it? Yeah, this looks horrible. That's sick. Okay, there's a door though. There's a door here. I mean, it kind of looks like there's a door there, so we'll put a door there. All right, let's detail this. Trapdoors, lanterns, that kind of thing. Because it needs it very bad. It's probably not quite my proudest creation, but whatever. I blame AI somehow, even though I chose this. There's like weird stuff on the roof. I guess I'll just put some random garbage up here. Even though I know it's just AI not knowing how to generate a roof, but whatever. We'll pretend it's intentional. Wow, that's definitely a build. For sure. You know, sometimes I impress myself, you know? I think it'll come together with more stuff. I'm just gonna fill this all with farmland, kind of fill the space up. Just gonna mix like random stuff. That looks alright. Yeah, that kind of helps fill it up. Alright, the second structure over here I want to do real quick. I don't want to spend as much time on it because I don't really care as much, if I'm being honest. But the second structure has like a stone brick base. Starts kind of around here, I think. Gonna have to extend the land out, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, something like that. Can't really see it anymore in the AI image. I'm just gonna assume it's kind of a rectangle that meets up in a point. Another structure that's basically completely built out of glass, which I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that, but whatever. But it has spruce on the top. We're gonna have to take some creative liberties here. Oh yeah, that helped so much. Oh my god, yeah, that really just made the build. These stripes in it. If you want to see more builds like this, you know, consider subscribing. We recently had 30k subs. I really appreciate it. Oh, wow. What a build. Wow. What a build. All right, let's get these pots in. There's like this, it's on like this weird ground, so I think that's probably how I'm gonna do it. It's kind of, I guess it's mud, I don't know. This house is dedicated to Stefan. I really appreciate your support. Again, just $3 on the Patreon for house dedication. But yeah, with that, I think we're about done here. Honestly, not bad. I think it's decently close for how you can really get that in Minecraft. Quick look with shaders. I think it actually does look pretty good. I'm not too unhappy with this. It's just like weird stuff with glass you can't really do in Minecraft, obviously, like diagonals and like the lines in it. But yeah, it's 2 houses done. Let's get a third one. I think the third one's a bit more interesting. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so the third house here, it's kind of this like white house with like this brighter colored roof and like, you know, a lot of like flowers and like bright colors around it. I'm not sure exactly what the best block is to use for it. So I just kind of got like every decent white block in the game in my hotbar right now. So I guess I'll just kind of get the shape out first. The whole front of this like AI image is like really like weird. So it's not going to work that well, I don't think. But we'll give it a shot. Do something like that. Although maybe it might be like a kind of cross shape. I think I'll do like that actually. It's a very weird house. Like this side looks like a solid wall, but then this one is almost like a porch, at least in like this corner, you know? Very weird. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just get the shape in and then I'll worry about the like texture and everything. I feel like there should be like a foundation layer or something. Maybe that's what I could use that for, like a bit darker for the bottom. Yeah, I think I'll do something like that because you can't really see the bottom anyway in the AI image, so I can kind of do whatever I want with this. Alright, it's kind of that shape down, I guess. I don't really know. It's definitely like an oak porch here, and it goes like all the way out here, something like that. I don't really know. There's like there's a bit like a wall here, I guess. All right, it's coming along. Let's get I guess it's just oak again. It's kind of boring, but it's definitely an oak roof. It's kind of the outline on here. I think I'm really liking this house, which is weird because AI image kind of looks garbage, but I think I like the shape that's coming out here. Gotta fill this in. All right, roof filled in. Now we got this like front thing to worry about. There's a window kind of there almost. Flower pot in the bottom block though. Something like that. The white wool is like kind of placeholder, by the way. I'm not sure how I want to texture the walls yet. I might use pale like oak. I might not. I don't really know. But all right, let's go along. Let's keep filling these walls in. If you're enjoying the video, by the way, I got a Patreon link down below. I'd really appreciate if you took a look at it. I also got a Discord, which is pretty cool. Got like build tips and stuff in there. If you're interested. All right, it's coming along interestingly. Kind of like a weird like archway or something like that. I don't know. Again, the white wool is placeholder, so I think it'll look better once I texture it. But we're getting the shape in here. All right, let's fill the walls in. All right, something like that. We're getting there. Let's I'm not sure what to do with the windows. I know people use scaffolding. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's kind of a bit yellow. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it either. That almost looks the closest. I don't know. I have no idea. I think this looks the best, honestly. I wonder if it would look better without the background though. I feel like that's the best looking one that I'm gonna get here. I guess. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm just gonna do it. I'm too indecisive. I'm just gonna use trapdoors. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe once I like detail the rest of the house, it'll look good. All right, that's the windows in. I think I like it. I don't know. It's whatever. Does that look good or not? I don't think so. I think the pink is too like, you know, at the same time actually, that in the AI image there's pink to it. Yeah, there's definitely pink. Like it's like a pinkish white in the AI thing. We'll go with pale and we'll see how it looks. If it looks bad, I'm sorry. I think I like it. I don't know. We'll go with it. All right, let's get this like chimney thing in that's back here. It almost looks white, so I guess I'll use diorite for it. I don't know. Where would that be? And like, it's like here. There's like this thing on the top. I guess I'll just use like brick, maybe. Like the best like equivalent I could do to that. Probably something like that. That doesn't look incredible though. Ooh, maybe low-key kinda. That's about the best I'm getting. Maybe 1 block tall though. Sure, that doesn't look horrible. All right, we're getting there. Let's get like these flower pot like things in. There's no stairs to get up here, but whatever. I'll just pretend there are. Two things of stairs. Why not? It's like maybe a bench here as well. I don't really know what I'm doing. There's like leaves and vines around too. I guess let's get all the plant life in. That's probably the next like important thing. That kind of matches, I think, mostly. All right, let's get like just a bunch of flower pots everywhere. Basically every flower on the house is like pink, so let's use these, I guess. I think we're finally getting somewhere. Just took like absolutely ages. There's like a stone path around. I guess I'll get that in next. It's like stone brick kind of looking block, I guess. There's like a table here, and then we're about done, I think. All right, with all those plants and flower pots and like small detail stuff, I think we're about done with this house. I'm pretty happy that it came out. It's a house dedicated to Jackboy317. I appreciate your support. Compared to the AI image, I honestly think it came out pretty good. I think I like the way it looks. As it looks like with shaders, of course. All right, that's 3 houses down. Let's move on to house number 4. All right, on to the 4th house here. It's kind of this like, kind of similar to the last one. I say it's like this farmhouse sort of thing. A lot of stone though. So yeah, I'm just kind of gonna start with the shape, obviously. Something like that for the shape. Again, it's very square and like stone kind of on the base. So yeah, just trying to figure out the best way to do this. Honestly, like most of this house kind of just is blended together, and I mean, it's not really possible to build Minecraft. There's like no consistent like grid or anything. So I'm just gonna kind of try my best here to kind of capture the look of it, but we'll see. The walls kind of look like sandstone, I think. So I think we're gonna go with smooth sandstone and then some normal sandstone for texture. Kind of something like that, and this beam comes up in the middle. That's kind of the wall about, I think. I'm just gonna get some stairs in to kind of get the shape done. It's kind of, again, between oak and spruce. I think oak is closer, so I guess I'll go with oak, but oak is a bit light. Not really another option, though, I don't think. Maybe mud? I don't know. Honestly, jungle is probably closer, but I think I'm gonna go with oak. Yeah, something like that. All right, it's kind of one wall. This stone almost looks like it would come out more here. I'm not sure. I don't know, they'll keep it for now. I'm gonna texture this first, actually. All right, we're getting there. The front, though, is weird because it doesn't look like anything makes sense with the front of this house. So I think I'm gonna save that for as late as I possibly can put it off. So we'll do the back first, I think. If you're enjoying this video, by the way, I have done this before. I'll link it below if I remember, but knowing me, I probably won't. But yeah, I built 5 other like AI generated houses. It's a pretty good video. Highly recommend. There's like almost no windows in this house, but I think I'm gonna put one kind of here. Just makes sense logically, I think, at least in my opinion. See, we'll put one there. I'll do it on the other side too. There's like no sandstone visible from the front, which is kind of weird. The whole front of this AI image is just like garbage, honestly. Just random stuff everywhere. Yeah, just fill the roof in. Again, I'm just kind of focusing on the easier parts of this before I have to do the actually difficult like front area. I don't think I can avoid it anymore. I gotta figure out what to do with this. Kind of looks like this, like, kind of comes up. I think it goes in a bit more, though. Yeah, it kind of works, I guess. Just connect it all up. Yeah, something like that, I guess. And there's almost like, I'm making stuff up here because it's such a horribly generated image, but I'm gonna assume there's some kind of like porch thing here because that's the only way this makes any sense. I don't know. There's almost like also like a door here, but there's also like a chimney that comes up through here. I have no idea what's going on with this build. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's get this chimney in, I guess. It's just right there, I think. Maybe a block further down. Just something like that. And it kind of becomes like 2x2 up here. Like it's a bit smaller at the top. But yeah, then at the bottom, I don't even know. I guess it just carries straight down. And there's like almost a doorway in it. I have no idea. This is kind of why I saved this one for 4th. Even though like scale-wise, it's not really much different than the first 3 in this video. It's a very confusing and strange build. So I figured it kind of fit. But I guess, yeah, it's kind of like that, unfortunately. And there's stone here too. But yeah, there's almost like a door here. I don't know. Like, I'm not losing my mind, right? That's a door. Some barrels there or something, I guess. I don't know. And then yeah, there's this wall here. Actually, I should probably texture this like huge massive stone bricks first. Something like that, I guess. I don't really know. Some kind of like random details around, I guess. I don't really know. That kind of works, I think. Okay, then there's this like wall section. I don't even know. It's not bad, honestly. I think it's, you know, that's not horrible. Yeah, for what I have to work with, I don't think this is that bad. I think that works for the campfire. I don't know. I think the smoke is worth having, even if it looks a bit weird from the other side, but I don't think it looks that bad. Kind of looks like there's a sign hanging here, which will be convenient for like the Patreon dedication a bit, but yeah. It's kind of the house itself, mostly in, honestly. Windows, maybe some flower pots. There's some plants around. There's really not many windows in this. I don't think you can see a single window in the AI one, so I'm sure it's fine. Quick texturing on the path, really, and then obviously all the plant stuff. No, we're probably almost done here. Alright, it's path in. Let's get fence around, I guess. Looks like spruce. Basically just kind of runs everywhere along the path, and there's like the small like farm areas, I guess. This kind of part is like a bit more like broken looking fences. Like it's not consistent. I think with the plants in, that might be about it. There's like this weird thing over here I gotta do real quick. Kind of looks like almost like a shack, but it's like connected. I think I'm probably just gonna slope some roof down for it. That's probably about it. Kind of like that, then I guess we'll just throw some barrels in there and I think we're good. Yeah, I think that's about it, honestly. This house is dedicated to my patron Wxsteri. I really appreciate your support. But with that, I think this house is about done. Let's take a step back here. I think it's low-key a banger. Wait a minute. Honestly, I think this house came out a lot better than I thought. Here's a shader view, of course. And yeah, with that, let's go on to the final house of the video. All right, so let's get started on the final house here. Put the image up on screen, of course. Kind of went for this one. I asked ChatGPT to generate this one, actually. Just for like kind of medieval style house with like a pop of color in it. And I got kind of my bread and butter here. I'm not gonna lie. The medieval roof with the spruce looking stuff. Tall roof with like, you know, orange looking color, of course. Pretty excited to build this one, honestly. I feel like it's gonna be very hard for me to mess this one up, but you never know. Kind of looks like oak log, honestly. All right, so it's basically like this, like kind of big like base, sort of rectangle in the back, and then everything else kind of comes off of it. So I think I'm gonna start with that actually. Probably about 7 across. Something like that with the shape. Like this is the front part, and this is like that base rectangle, and there's like a tower here, and then another part of the rectangle. It's honestly a bigger house than I thought, but it's not too detailed, so it shouldn't be too hard to kind of build here. And then yeah, there's kind of this like tower here. I'm not exactly sure to do this actually, so maybe this will be slightly harder than I thought, but I don't know. Can't be that bad. Yeah, so I think that's like vaguely the shape. I'm sure you kind of, you know, could see. There's like a little thing that comes off here too that I'm probably gonna forget, but yeah, it's kind of the vague shape here. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. Start getting the walls up. The whole thing is off the ground by a block because there's like stairs that come up, so I gotta keep that in mind. I think I'm actually gonna start with this door area because it'll help me get the scale. At least I think it should. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Yes, that's probably about the front like door sort of thing, I guess. There's like a bunch of like details, kind of like that, honestly. I think something like that. I kind of just want to get this like front sorted out so I can kind of like figure out the scale of how I want to do the rest of this house. So it's kind of why I'm doing this build a bit differently than the other ones. Kind of comes out a bit here as well. And all the windows are like stained glass, which I think is kind of interesting. There's like a lot of layers to it. Trying to figure out how to kind of detail this, something like that. And then yeah, I'll have either glass or like maybe even terracotta and concrete and that kind of stuff in the back for kind of like the, you know, weird glass that the house has. But there's another layer on top of this even. But the roof does start here though, so I think I already had that. I think I'll just start the roof here. And of course, it's the classic medieval house kind of roof. Feels good to be back. I built this last episode. I think I literally built this last video, but you know, there it is. Beautiful as always. Yes, that's kind of the style we're going for, obviously. All right, so that's kind of the front. I'm gonna texture it too. I'm really gonna try to make this front look almost like done, honestly. Before I move on, I think that might be interesting. Just so I can kind of see like how it looks once it's more finished. Yeah, kind of something like that. I think that's looking pretty good. Get a few more trapdoors and like fence gates around. Just a bit more detail. Yeah, let's think how to do the stained glass. Actually, I think I'll come back to that later. Let's I'm liking that. I actually really like the way it looks. Just put like a almost like frame around this. I don't know if there's a way for me to actually do that though. I think individual fence would look better here because it like yeah, it connects better. All right, yeah, it's kind of the front. Now I gotta do this everywhere else, but I do like that. It's kind of a proof of concept for the rest of the house. So let's start by filling in the walls, I think, here. Actually, let's get all these up to the right height because the whole build is the same height across, which makes this a bit easier. This part's gonna be a bit awkward, but I don't think there's anything I really do about it. And I don't know how to do this tower yet, so I'm gonna leave that. Dude, let's fill the walls in. All right, looks good, I think. Kind of, maybe a little bit. Carry the logs across, obviously. It kind of looks like the windows start at the same height as the door, but like that'll feel kind of wrong, but I guess it would be something like that. This one's even the same shape, so I guess I'll just go here. Some fence gate, something like that, I guess. There's one here, decent. There's a window here as well. Yeah, whenever there's like a one wide window, I guess I'll use normal fence. I don't know. Fits better, at least in my head here, so I guess we'll do that. Kind of all the windows I could see on the first floor, but I'm just gonna assume there's more, obviously. I think I'm gonna move this over one. Yeah, looks a bit better, I think. All right, how do I want to do this thing? This tower might be a problem. Maybe the simplest option is the best one here. You know, maybe not in this case. It is very square, so maybe this is actually the best thing I could do here. Oh, that isn't horrible. There's like a bit more here though. Maybe just leave it closed. That might be it, I think. All right, first floor's coming along decently. There's a lot of like smaller, like intricate, like details on the like frame. So I'm trying to like do stuff like this to kind of make it look like it, you know. I think I'm doing all right. All right, it's coming along. It's coming along. I just gotta lock in here. There's like a thing, like a sloping thing that comes off of here that I'll do at some point. So I'm just gonna kind of leave this mostly empty for now. I think I'll put a few windows around the sides. Like I don't know. Obviously I can't see it, so it doesn't really matter. But I like doing it, so why not? All right, I think that's the first floor windows about done here. Let me just do a bit more like intricate kind of detailing stuff like this here. And then the first floor should be about done, I think. Mostly. Kind of, not really, honestly, but you know, sounds good for the video. I don't know if I plugged it yet, but if this is the first video you've seen from me, consider joining the Discord, link down below. I'd really appreciate it. Got a lot of cool people in there, some build tips, that kind of stuff. Or just hanging out and talking. A lot of yapping, I don't know. All right, so what's the wood details in? Let's quick texture these walls here. Nothing too crazy with it. All right, and it's textured. That's the first floor done. I'm actually really liking this so far. Very cool build. It's kind of like the stuff I overuse, but like a bit more intricately detailed and stuff. Oh, but yeah, let's kind of get the next floor in. It's not quite like, it's not the same. This side is a bit shorter on the second floor, but other than that, it's about the same, I think. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, it's kind of frame in for the second floor. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, kind of shaped house here. But yeah, I guess we'll just fill it in with blocks like I did the last floor. I don't know. All right, we're getting there. Windows on this are more square shaped, interestingly, which I didn't realize until just now. But yeah, these are completely square shaped on this floor, which is kind of an interesting difference, honestly. But I do think I have to make this longer, which I didn't realize. But yeah, I'm gonna extend it out a bit. Yeah, and looking at it now, there's like a gap over here with like another window or something. So we'll do something like that. All right, yeah, now I can definitely fit like thing here, I think. Hopefully, it's kind of like think about it. Okay, it's odd. That's basically all that matters. All right, let's start texturing all this, I guess. Which could take a minute. All right, we're getting there. Let's do this thing, I guess. Yeah, the roof just kind of like comes up like this, sort of, but maybe hopefully less garbage looking. All right, yeah, let's get all the windows and those kind of details in first, actually. I feel like that's a lot easier. Okay, we're finally getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I don't really care that much about the sides, honestly. Like, I'm gonna do them, you know, but who cares? I really don't. Nah, I do care. I put a lot of effort into everything I do. All right, it's kind of the frame of the two like lower floors about done here. I guess get the window stuff in. But other than that, I mean, we're about done here. With the frame, I mean, obviously not anywhere close to done with the build, but we're getting there. Actually, you know, I'm making good progress. I'm gonna be optimistic here. Sorry for like the huge gap between these videos, by the way. This is the longest like recording I've ever spent on a video, but that is not a good enough excuse, honestly. I just kind of haven't been recording stuff, which is my bad. But hopefully from now on, slightly more frequent uploads. Maybe twice a week, I don't know, we'll see. But, all right, that's that floor about done. All right, there's this stupid tower. I don't know what to do with this, but I think we'll just leave this like this for now, and then we'll do the roof right now. Which looking at it now is kind of pretty inconsistent, but it's mostly orange. It doesn't really have a trim around most of the bottom. This front part kind of has a trim on it, so we'll leave it. But everywhere else just is orange meeting the bottom here. So let's get some orange blocks out. I'm gonna start with acacia, but I will gradient it. But for now, it'll just be acacia. All right, actually, we're just not gonna do a trim on that at all. Only the front part will have a trim. We'll take it up to classic, of course. Just like stair and then block, obviously. Something like that, I guess. It's a bit tall, but it's pretty tall in the AI thing too. I think we'll drop it one block here. Something like that. So I guess we just gotta fill all this in. There's a lot of roof though. Not looking forward to this. I'm gonna have to gradient all this too, which is gonna take forever. But whatever. Just get this in, lock in, focus up. All right, that's kind of this part done with the roof. Actually, like, it's kind of weird, but this is like, kind of carries that color through it. And also the top here just randomly turns into this, but I guess for accuracy's sake, we'll do this. And yeah, that's kind of that roof done. I guess we'll do this part now. It should be pretty simple. If this looks bad, it's because I'm sleep deprived. We'll say that. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm building the house, right? Like, gotta cut me some slack here. But it's actually looking pretty good, so I can't really complain too much. These roofs kind of connect in the most annoying way possible. But whatever. No one will see. Unless you buy the schematic for $3 on my Patreon, you get like 150 probably-ish schematics at this point. Don't quote me on that number. I have no idea, but you know, you get a lot for just $3. You have to support me though, which is fire. I appreciate it. And that's like the roof about done, except for obviously this tower part. Honestly, I think I'm kind of liking it. Let's do this thing real quick. It's like a bit of like a porch. Shouldn't be too hard to build. Just probably something literally like that is enough. Like that wide. And yeah, I think that's that thing about done. I guess kind of obligated to put a door in here. All right, now I got this roof, and then I think, yeah, we're almost done here. Not like that. I'm not sure I'm supposed to do this. Like the roof is kind of like circular, but the structure is like square. I guess something like this, honestly. Maybe I'm just complaining too much. All right, something like that, I think. Oh, but it looks so weird here. What was something I could do with that though? Oh, maybe that. Wait a minute. We might be back. We are so back, comparatively, at least. I think that's the best kind of thing we're gonna get here. So let's just bring it up to a point. That should be this house almost done, I think. Wow, that's horrible. I forgot I was gonna gradient the roof. Oh my god, man. It never ends. It never ends. I'm gonna cut like all this out, but I will do it. All right, I think the roof is actually done now. That took, oh my god. Okay, now the roof is actually done. Stained glass, flowers, vines, path, and we're done. All right, let's start with flowers, I guess. Actually, stained glass. I was thinking about using glazed terracotta, but I don't know if it actually looked good or not. It might not. It probably won't. Wow, that's ugly. That looks marginally better, I think. That's not horrible. Okay, maybe it is, but it's not like the worst thing you've ever seen, you know? That's kind of the bar we're going for right now, so we'll settle on it. Like, come on, you've seen worse. All right, you've seen worse, especially on this channel. Come on. All right, I think that's all the windows, finally. Let's take a look at it. I am mostly liking it. We're almost there. Couple details up here, for sure, but a shape might be helpful. It looks a bit square. Oh, so we can't actually make it less square, but yeah, stuff like stairs kind of add a bit of a curve to it. That's actually not bad at this point. All right, bunch of plants, vines, and I think we're done. All the plants look orange, so can I use orange plants? Wait a minute, maybe a stroke of genius here? Come on, like tell me that isn't an orange plant. It's still ugly. One of the worst block sets in the game. We're gonna use it at least once or twice, so I feel good about myself. Yeah, honestly, shout out to Resin for maybe being the worst blocks ever added to this game. The path is like pretty self-explanatory. I'm probably just gonna do is about as good of a path as I think we're gonna get here. A couple leaves and vines, and I think we're actually done finally. Of course, let's kind of add flowers everywhere. I think something like that, honestly. That kind of matches it. All right, but that's the build. This house is dedicated to my patron, Tommy. I really appreciate your support. But with that, I think we're about done here. Let's turn on shaders, take a look. Like, tell me I didn't kind of cook. Like, wait a minute. Like, that's kind of fire. Get this side by side, of course. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I appreciate everyone who stuck to the end of this video, especially. It's a long one. Longest, like, amount of footage I've ever had is, like, 3+ hours recording. Oh, yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.